Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassah, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassah, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassah, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and those of you around the globe. This is Real Talk Corner, where conversation sparks change and every voice matters. I'm your host, Dr. Esther Cruickshank, and we are in for a treat this evening. Today is what? Tuesday, the 19th, producer? Is it the 19th of August? Wow, I tell you, it's it's like the year is finished already because we are in August and it's already the 19th. Well, let me welcome each and every one of you again, and let me also welcome my co-host, the beautiful, wonderful Hadassah Charles McLeod. Girl, how was your day today?
My day was lovely. Thank you for
Yeah,
asking. How was your
yes.
day?
My day was very hectic. However, we're gonna start off with this sad note. This morning I left to head down to the Moruga area, and I left home. Let's say about 8 o'clock. I stopped by my office, and probably I leave there about half, not even half, about 20 past 8, and heading down this backup of traffic, and I'm like, what causing this traffic? Thankfully, I know a lot of back roads, and I came out somewhere down Cuba side, and I'm like, this is clear. So that accident have to take place somewhere in the Freeport area. And it is so heartbreaking when I found out this afternoon that the bus collided with that truck. And so I want to send my condolences on behalf of the team on Real Talk Corner to the family of Munsaf Khan and Roxanne Phillip, whose life was snatched away, in that tragic. I felt like crying at one point. I said, but look, no man. I mean, the family of Mr. Khan was talking about how yesterday, Monday, he was given a certificate by his employer for being one of the best bus drivers. And today, the man life was gone. And this young woman, beautiful people, I mean to say, they talk so highly of the guy, the bus driver. And you know what I want to say, Hadassah? As we send out our condolences to their family and their loved ones, their friends, I know this have to be a very heartrending moment in the life of those people. I mean, it happens all the time where people leave and get in accident, but I think it's when you see the condition of the bus, and also knowing, let me say this, people, you see these truck drivers, I just experience them every day I on the road. This is why I am always grateful to God for protecting me while I'm on the road, for protecting my friends, my family, because you leave home in the morning and you don't know if you're going to make it back home. You don't know what is going to take place. Drivers, motorists, oh gosh, please all you be careful, especially the truck drivers. I think that the license officers, and they need to These truck drivers is be speeding on the road as though they're some little motor car, speeding on the road. They don't care about people's life, and it really hurts. I don't know. I felt this one to the core when I saw the picture, when I heard the story, when I saw the position of the bus, and also, what you heard people saying, right? Where the truck was coming from wherever, and the bus probably tried to brakes from it. And who knows? I don't know if the bus probably was defective, the brakes probably wasn't working well, because this is what goes on with these government vehicles, and it is just sad. So my condolences to the family. I know this would be a hard one for everybody to take. This bus driver and this young lady. I really, really, really am so sorry that they had to lose their lives this morning. And I hope that people will pay attention, drivers, motorists, please. I mean, sometimes you could speed, but you have to be so careful, and also ensure that your vehicle is properly working properly before you can drive the way you're driving. Some of these drivers, when I see how they behave on the roadways, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? They're not mindful that there are senior citizens driving who reflexes may not be as good as the younger ones. There is all kinds of people that is on the road driving. Then the road condition is not always very good. The markings and the signage, there's so much things that has to be fixed in this country. It's unbelievable. So Hadassah, we have to always be thankful for life, especially if you're someone who's on the road. I mean, other emergencies could happen and other things, but this one really gave me a kind of shock. I don't know why I felt that way, but it really took a toll on me when I heard of it today.
Yes, it really was sad. Um, what do you say though to the family members and people whose lives have been shattered? I feel really sad. Um, the board persons, they spoke really high of the PTSD driver. They spoke really well of the young lady who was a member of SWAT estate police. They talked about her work ethic and things like that. And it really is sad. No man knows the day or the hour. I feel like it behooves us to be good and kind to everybody, to our loved ones, because you don't know when it will be your final moment. It behooves us to be kinder. It behooves us to be more considerate on the nation's roads and to do better um, as a community, as individuals. We can do better. Be more mindful of those around us. They always say when you get behind the wheel of a vehicle, you're not driving for yourself alone. You know, so condolences. My heart goes out. To the family, and I pray God's blessings and comfort be upon the families, and may they rest in peace.
Definitely, we really pray for God's divine strength to be upon them to deal with this situation that is upon them right now. I know some people would feel so to give up, so weak, they can't handle it, but know that all things work together for good to those that love God. And if you are a God lovers, you love the fact that you are here and that God is in control. You would know that they are in a better place. They don't have to deal with no issues in this life anymore. They're resting until that time comes for the redemption of those who have
Yes,
passed on. But let us pray for the family that God is going to give them strength and they would be comforted by others who knew them and who are with them, around the deceased family. good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassah, how are you?
Yes, hi. I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Guys? Okay, let me just apologize for that break in transmission. We don't know what really took place there, but we just lost our connection a couple of seconds ago. But we are back. We are back. And I was saying, on behalf of Real Talk Corner team, we send our love and God's strength to the family and friends of the deceased. And we're hoping that people on the road, those of you motorists, please be careful. Please be attentive. Think about others, not yourself, but think about others. All right? If you don't care about yourself, at least care about others, Naman. So, as we get that going, I always would say, when you're dead, purpose is finished, but life goes on to those of us who are alive, and we need to continue living our purpose, living our dreams, and trying to be grateful and thankful for the breath of life in our lungs. Yes, so
Indeed.
There is so much happening in our country today,
A lot happening. Yes.
especially with this independence situation. The prime minister said no independence, and all the dead horse start coming up to talk. No, there is whatever there is whatever intelligence that four officials was life was threatened or was at stake, and we see them here.
Yes.
Um, it is sad, but because of what these individuals, these MPs and so on, is doing in our country, I believe the so-called 1% or whatever feeling hurt. Now, I am alleging this is an attempt to shut up the UNC government, for them to allow things to go as it has been going, for them to benefit from what they are accustomed doing under the past regime. That is my opinion. It is an allegedly my opinion. All right, because
Yes.
who wants to take out Kadisha, Padarat, Wade, Mr. Khan, and you see the areas that they are dealing with. But I say, move, Satan, move. All you move, go to the pits of hell and leave the people who were given an agenda, or what a mandate, who was given a mandate to change what is happening in our country. They were given a mandate together with our honorable prime minister to change what was happening in this country. And she made it clear 2 weeks ago, we will not continue to do what the former regime was doing. The people didn't vote us in for that. They wanted a change, and change got to come. And sometimes persons may have to lose their lives for change to come. We remember Martin Luther King. These people lose their lives for change to happen. And if that is what it has to be, so be it. But we're going to pray for them. All of you who want to talk about independence and oh Lord, especially Penny. Penny, you need to shut up. Yes, they have information, brilliant information, good information. Didn't you all had a state of emergency and SOE for the same reason? All you had information that certain officials' lives were at risk. What did you all do? So they have information. Unlike the PNM, I am certain that the UNC is doing, excuse me, everything in their power to ensure that these people are held and held accountable. You're talking about nobody was held. And that's so you remember when, may his soul rest in peace, the former prime minister of the PNM, the former, which is Mr. Patrick Manning. Talk about he knew who was the big fish. Did they ever hold or held the big fish? So come on, what Penny trying to do? Listen, like they just think we all are stupid and we all just forget. All you sit down there again are going at it, you all sat down there for 9 plus years. And all you didn't have crime under control. You all had information. Your prime minister had information. All right? He had information on SSA. He talked about a coup waiting to happen. All kind of negative things. Did you all do anything? Were you all able to hold anybody and put them behind bars or put them on the gallows? What it is, what it is. All you stop trying to fool people. All you can't fool us no more. We have been fooled long enough and we held on long enough to put all you where all you is. So come on, now, man. Come on. Stop it. All you need to shut up. I said at my last program, sit down, shut up, listen, pay attention, and learn. You all would see actions just now. It's not 6 months yet, Gatsby Dolly talking about the book grants. The political leader of the opposition talking about we ain't hold nobody. Fitzgerald, what do you call him? The sleeping minister of security? All of them bumping their gums. You all need to shut up, stay quiet. Stay quiet. All you're making us at a old noise. We don't want those noise. Stay silent. We only want to hear what United National Congress government is saying.
They are providing us here with all the information. I mean, that is amazing. So, is it that they're telling the public that you have all of this information? You know the quarry operators, you know the person from the military, you know the car he's driving, and these are the circumstances that is related to the whole issue of the parade and the cancellation of the parade, and they are not able to arrest these persons who they clearly are identifying that they.
Ah, hey, what a shame. Penny, you was a penny, but now you come to a cent. Listen now, woman. Please shut up. You're making yourself look foolish. As far as I am concerned, you just need to shut up. They have information. You all had information for 10 years. What you all did with it. Come on, give us a break. We want silence. Could we get silence from the PNM? Could we get some silence? Because you all had your time to speak up and to advocate. Okay? And you all didn't do it. So give us some silence now. Wait and see how we going to perform, how this government is going to perform. You all need to stop it. We don't want to hear you all. We really don't want to hear you all. We want to hear our honorable prime minister and all of our honorable ministers who are in government and is unleashing all of the foolishness, all of the fraudulent behavior that went before, all of the money that was stolen and spent, without any kind of of accountability. Excuse me. That is who we listening to right now. We don't have time for you all. Maybe next 10, 15, 20 years, we would probably think about, okay, it have another party who has been in the opposition. But right now, we really don't want to hear you all. It makes no sense. Okay? So please, Penny, who is now a cent, shut up.
I mean, I can't agree. And while I am the biggest advocate for freedom of speech, sometimes some people really need to be quiet. I mean, this is why you can't play ball with the opposition because they uh, insist on moving the benchmarks. Because last week they were saying, um, well, if there is a threat, who are these ministers? Who are these ministers? Now we have the names of the ministers, and it is quite interesting that it is Wayne Sturge, the defense minister, Khadija Amin, local government minister, under which URP is under her purview, and Barry Padarak, under which CPAP is under his purview. And these are the things that they are rooting out that is causing the crime underbelly in this country to erupt, right? They are in chaos. So they are trying to what is the word, to reestablish the status quo of corruption and easy money passing and things like that. And that is why all these things are coming up. Now we have identified the persons whose lives are actually in danger. Now Penny is asking, why haven't you arrested anybody? When she understands that matters of national security are much more complex than that. Um, yeah, this is why you can't play ball with them, because they are not playing fair. They're not playing fair, and I don't know where Fitzgerald Hines come out like the Grim Reaper. I was so happy not hearing from him at all, and he is saying what the government gave dotish excuses for canceling the parade. I didn't expect him to say anything differently, because he was the Minister of National Security, and he said it's not his job to make us feel safe. And we witnessed his tenure where crime skyrocketed. So yeah, they all need to take a backseat. They all need to be quiet, um, and they all need to stop stoking, sorry, the flames of what it is. They're trying to discredit the prime minister. They're trying to discredit every single decision and every single move she makes, which is not fair, because the UNC did not do that to them. Ah, that's my little rant for now.
How it feels, it feels horrible. It feels terrible that these people have no shame whatsoever. They just do whatever, they say whatever. And I think it is a high profile intimidation level. You understand? To intimidate this government to continue to do what they want to do, right? Not to stop them from investigating. I think that is what it is. They don't want them to investigate. I understand that. Look, let me not talk about that other part. I want to say, is there a plan to bump off the people at the Independence Parade? We're not going to allow that. The Prime Minister said she's going to call it a day of prayer. And that night when we have our program, we're going to bring on people to pray for this country. We're going to, you understand? Simply because we need prayer in this land. Look what happened this morning with that accident, and so much things is happening. Yeah, we're working, but we need prayer. We have to pray against all these evil forces that is operating through these human beings on the opposition side and otherwise. We have to pray, because they intend, Hadassah, to intimidate this government by all you know, these nonsense, I have to call it, but threats. Those are threats to intimidate the ministers from performing, from doing what they are supposed to do. We give them an agenda. We told them we don't want the PNM because the PNM is not doing what we want them to do. People of Trinidad and Tobago, listen to me. We are the government. We put them to govern on our behalf, the United National Congress government. We put them there with a mandate to clean up corruption. And I thank God that my Prime Minister is not afraid. She's not afraid. And we are backing her. You understand? We are backing her. And also the ministers, you all just ensure that you all have the right security personnel around you all. That is all. And God, she always said, put God in front and walk behind. And she could not have done it better or said it better. Put God in front and we would walk behind, and we will flush out all the wicked and evil corruptedness that is in our country. Since when our country get like that? The PNM have always tried to intimidate the officials of the United National Congress. Not now, but hello, welcome to the new United National Congress party. It's not the same that was there before. You understand? All you have Minister Padarat to deal with. All you have our Honorable Prime Minister to deal with. All you have Khadijah, Minister Khadijah to deal with. They are not afraid, they are fearless. So all you come with all your foolishness. We are going to walk behind them. We would stand around them because we want corruption to be flushed out from this country. And I know some of you all would say, because remember, they had said in 2015 that the Indian government is corrupted more than anything else. I listen to people say those things, and I wonder who is really more corrupted. Come and see who is really more corrupted. Listen, it has some of you don't even want to listen to what they have to say. It's corruption upon corruption. And that's why every agency that is in this country is owing millions of dollars. You're getting it because of the board that is being put in place to deal with all these issues. Millions of dollars they're owing, and how much money these people have been taking from the public purse, doing what with it? They're owing everybody. So now the UNC is in government and they have to find the money to pay off all these people because it makes no sense. You continue to have people being owing persons who have done jobs, who have supplied, who have done what it is I want to say there, supply goods and services and have not been paid. How these people are supposed to go on? But you know what? The greatest part about it is some of them belongs to the 1%. So, somebody told me they have more money than Trinidad 10 times put together. How they get it? Where they came from? How they get all of that? Listen, you all better be careful because we are praying and many are praying for our government right now, for our prime minister and for the ministers of government, because we are fed up of living in a country where it's only corruption upon corruption. And you know what? The PNM didn't think they were going to lose. And the fact that you all have lost, it tells you all a simple, simple thing. We don't want Olia to run this country anymore. We put Olia out, and those who didn't vote for you all, who supported you all, but they didn't vote because they too don't want Olia there. They want a brand new party. So PNM, do all yourself a favor now. Look for some new people to put in all your party, and maybe next 20 years you might have some hope. I don't know. But I know for a fact that we don't want the PNM. We didn't give them a mandate, so you all shut up. Just shut up. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassah, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago, to Real Talk Corner. And Hadassah, before you come on, I just want to talk. I'm saying a lot tonight, right? But I want to say something as it is before me. What is wrong with the former Minister of Education? She's talking about corruption with book grants. You know how many people under her watch couldn't get book grants who needed the book grant? She's actually talking about corruption and misinformation and all of that, and how much persons put in application before they came out of power. Who cares about that? And that people not working? Listen, everybody go get sorted out. Madam Dolly, everybody is going to get sorted out. Okay? There are schools that you all left unfinished for how much years? 10 years. You know what I heard? The school in Mova, our prime minister has continued it. She didn't leave it. She haven't left it so that it could decay. All right? It is being continued. You all didn't have the courtesy to do that with the schools that was left in 2015. You all left it to rot. And all you have the girl, Madam Dolly, you have the girl to talk. You really care about any of those poor parents who are not getting their book grant or who is complaining? How much of them? Two of them? Five of them? Look, all you shut up for me, please. Please take a seat and be silent. Put your lip together and your finger on it. Yeah, that is what we want you all to do. Adasa, I am tired, I am tired of these PNM people talking. They need to shut up. That's all I want to say. They just need to shut up.
Yeah, it's so exhausting, and that's sometimes why you just want to just focus on the good and the positive things that are happening. But then it becomes necessary for us to push back on the negative propaganda that they insist on spreading, and all of it is
Exactly.
so insincere and hypocritical and disingenuous, because the evidence of them not performing is ever before us. It is it is right in our eyes. We could see it with schools left to almost become uninhabitable, and schools that the United National Congress started were left literally to rot. Look at this video, right? And she's talking about the people who would have applied for grants before the election, when we know that they would have only been taking care of their friends and their families and their supporters. And what we are trying to establish now is a more fair and equitable distribution of the grants to help all people who may fall on or below the poverty line, so that they can have access to this, so that all children can have access to education, right? The PNM has never been fair. It has never been about fairness and equity. It has always been about eater food, eater food, and stoking this dependency syndrome that is plaguing our country now. I am so tired of all of them, but I know that this is part of the game, that we have to endure them for the next 5 years or for however long they remain as an opposition, because the party is barely holding on by a shoestring. Um, I don't know. This woman, she was so satisfied to leave the education system as it was, as a relic of when the Queen left Trinidad and Tobago. Never improved. We had children literally falling between the cracks, being left behind because the education system did not pivot, it didn't change, it did not adapt to different types of needs of children, to different types of intelligences, to different types of ways that children learn, right? So we have, that is why we have the crime problem that we have now, because children who did not have hope, who were left behind, that the school system abandoned, right? And she has the nerve to come and talk now. It is all of it is so disgusting, from the poor way that they manage the school feeding system. Even that was a eat a food thing, down to the way that the classrooms were left, the burdens that teachers had, having to deal with unruly children in the classroom, and not getting any redress with the amount of fights that were taking place in the schools. All of it is just so disingenuous, and I'm so tired of them. But I guess they are the opposition, and that is their job, to oppose for the sake of opposing, to keep up appearances, for their supporters to think, yeah, the PNM still has bite in its back, and they're not a washed up uh long gone party. All of it is so ridiculous. um but this is what we have to deal with. And we are going to continue to dismantle the lies. We are going to continue to push back and allow people to see what we have been living under, and to allow them to enjoy the vast difference in the governance that we have now, that is people centered, where there's a lot of care in terms of the livelihood of all persons, from Vandana Mohit clearing up the backlog for older persons to get their pensions, down to children being able to get their laptops when they go to school. That is how you're supposed to govern. You're supposed to take care of your people and create an environment where everybody could thrive and everybody could be happy.
Definitely. Listen, Hadassah. going back to this school that we have been showing. This is St. Joseph's Secondary School. Look at the condition of the
Yeah,
taxpayers'
millions of
money,
dollars, taxpayers' dollars.
right?
Yes.
And this woman, Miss Dolly, former education minister, have no shame whatsoever to talk about book grants and whether or not there is some fraudulent, behavioral taking place with the UNC government. Look, look now, woman, you are a handful of shamefulness to this country. You should put your
She
face
is.
in some sand and hide it. Look at
Her
this.
own children wasn't even
You
in the
want to
system. Her
talk
children went
about
to private
our
school.
children? You want to talk about our children? You have no shame, woman. A minister of education, you did not take time to go and look at these buildings. And we only showing one out of the many. I recall, I think it was in, Barataria, one of those schools, St. George's College, when she said there was no
Yes,
money. You understand?
my
There
alma
was no
mater.
money to fix the school. Like they forget. They have short memory. They like, look here, woman in the PNM, or you're playing with mothers and their children. You shouldn't be saying one word at all. You should pick up yourself and go and walk through these areas and see what you left, what you didn't do for the children of this nation, and shut up. You should be ashamed to open your mouth and talk. I find all of you should just stay home, okay, and have nothing. You have no moral authority to speak about anything in the Ministry of Education right now after what you have done. Did you care about the children then? For the last 10 years? Did you care about their parents and the suffering that they have been going through? Did you care whether they got book grants or not? Were you there to help them with the food feeding program? Come on, you have me stammering because what I really want to say to you, I can't say it. But you're disgusting. You all cannot put and step your foot in the shoes of the people, the ministers, and our Honorable Prime Minister of the United National Congress government. So please, you have your rights to talk, but we asking you talk silently. We don't want to hear. We really don't want to hear what you have to say because you had no concern. You all were insulting the parents on the ground when you all were in power. You were insulting them because all you was in power. You forget how strong and mighty you felt that you could trample on the poor people. But now you want to talk about who? Poor people? Or you're talking about yourself and your family and your friends and the finances, the ones who you think deserve to get book grant? No. Well, we say no, and we're not intimidated by you all. We are not. So please, for God's sake, I had to say this because I'm looking at these school buildings and it has been there for 10 years. Look at the condition. These schools were more than 50% completed, and you all refuse to do anything for the very children that you say you're advocating now for. Please give me a break and all you just disappear now. Just disappear. All you PNM sycophants, officials, disappear. Please, I beg of you all, shut up. We don't want to hear you all right now. Let's take a break.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassah, how are you?
Yes, hi. I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther? Okay, and welcome back. We just took a short break, and it has been a long time since we have been looking for governance where the leader of the country could rule the country with a strong and a firm hand. And I feel that is what we are witnessing in Kamla Prasad Bisesa. She's always very measured, very objective, And I really liked what she said. I'm going to have the producer play a clip, but basically, we had four men who were arrested by Venezuelan officials for, I think it's drug trafficking and arms trafficking. And she has said emphatically that they are on their own, right? If you insist on engaging on that type of activity, then you cannot expect any help from the government. Could you play the clip for me, producer?
I want to tell further TNT drug and human traffickers, smugglers who are masquerading as fishermen. If you enter Venice waters to do your illegal acts and you're caught by Venice authorities, you are on your own. I repeat, you are on your own. No amount of family crying on Ian's programs will cause us to intervene.
Indeed. Right. And all of this is taking another blow to the contract mafia and to the criminal underbelly in our country. And I said it good. It good for them. It is unfortunate, but this is where we are at now, and these are the type of decisions that have to be made going forward. It's the same thing with how we are treating with URP and CPEP now. There is no more room to tolerate corruption, right? And the people who are behind it, the real players who are funding this type of activity that is causing so much criminal unrest in our country, they are feeling it. They are feeling it, but we are going to continue to keep our feet on their necks until all of it is rooted out, because we cannot continue to live in a country where all of us are under siege, living in fear, afraid to leave our homes, and a few people are running the country like madmen. The days for that under the PNM is over, right? Keith Rowley was happy to have us living like that because he had his escorts and personal security, and Stuart Young had his personal security, and Fitzgerald Hines didn't care one rat ass, excuse my language, about how we lived in this country. And Keith Rowley refused to move him as Minister of National Security, and he did nothing. And the Prime Minister is saying the days for that are over. What say you, Esther?
I just really agree with what she is saying. And we know a lot of the criminal activities. It's sad to say, but a lot of the killings that we see, with some exception, it's people who are involved in criminal activities, either in drugs and whatever. So when they
Yeah,
lose
gang
their
activity.
life and their parents and family come out crying and bawling and talking, they put themselves in harm's way. And there is nothing much that anyone can do. And I agree with the Prime Minister. Don't look to us, okay? How you make your bed, you shall lie. If you live by the sword, the Bible says you will die by it. And those of you who are living by the gun, just know your time coming. You're going to die by the gun. It is as simple as that. And those who are involved in criminal activities know that your life is going to be shortened. There is no two ways about it. If you are involved in these situations, in these criminal activities, whatever you're doing, your life is going to be shortened on the land of the living. So why do we or the government have to put out money and be concerned about you when you are involved in your craziness? Who told you? Yeah, some people say when they're in air, they can't, it's not so easy to come out. Well, who told you to get involved in that? This is a wake up call for the younger ones or those of you who are not yet involved. Change your thinking. Do not allow anyone to influence you to be involved in the gangs and in any criminal activities, in any crime at all. It should change your mind. It should cause you to open your eyes. When they come to you, run them. Don't entertain them at all, because this is what is going to happen. Your life is going to be sniffed away at a young age. So this is a wake up call for those of you who are not yet involved. Please do not get involved. There are other solutions. There are other ways. You might be suffering now, and watch me. They just be blinging with all their big gold, and they have the nice car. But how long do they live? Many of them don't even live to reach 30 years of age, more or less to reach 40, 50, 60. it means that you're going to live a very short life. So if you want to live it and enjoy it to the fullest, you don't want to suffer. Even the Bible said that counted joy when you go through trials and suffering and all of this, because it is for a purpose. It's to make you strong. It's to make you be able to have faith to endure certain challenges in life and to be able to deal with it in a amicable way. But those of you, you want it quick. You want to live it quick. You want the millions quick. You want to dang dang quick. Well, all right. So you will die quick too. Let it be a wake up call. Do not allow the negative and criminal activities, persons of influence, to influence you to join their gangs and to join, these groups that you think you're gonna have it nice. They just come nice to you. But my grandmother used to say something long time. What's sweet in the goat mouth, the sour in the bam bam. And it ends up with you losing your life. So my hope is that the younger ones, or those of you, you may be going through some trials now, some little suffering, you're gonna die. God created this body to take pressure. You would live, you persevere, you continue to work towards getting better education, getting, yourself empowered, especially the African community, because this month we are still dealing with emancipating ourselves. All of this that is happening is to help us not to go down the road of crime, of injustice, not to go down the road of being, criminally minded. Get yourself together. Find people who are going to advise you correctly, influence you in the right way, to do things that will help you to develop yourself as a good citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Don't get yourself involved. Most you can see it. Is it at all you're so stubborn and stupid? You're not seeing how your colleagues and partners and others who are involved are losing their lives? So come on, wake up, take a book and read, drink some water, mind your business, as they say. Mind your business. Stay put in your home. It doesn't matter the condition. Your ideal situation will change based on your ideal thinking. So do not allow yourself to be fooled by these people. And I keep saying, the people who brings in the guns and the drugs is not the little black boy or the little Indian boy or the little African boy. We know who bring them in. And this is why there are threats on our minister's life, because they interfere and they walk in through the turf and they don't like it. They don't want it. So they're sending a strong message. Yeah? Or you
Yes.
keep sending the message, because they're going to root up all the wickedness. They're going to root up all the cruel, fraudulent activities that are crooks we have in this place, calling themselves honorable and calling themselves dignitaries, hierarchies, wicked and evil. You all, the days coming for you to answer. Don't feel you're getting away, no. You all will answer. God is not sleeping. God is not sleeping. And our honorable Prime Minister keeps saying, and I have to repeat it, put God in front and walk behind. We will be protected. This land will change. The people in this land under her leadership is going to see the good light. The silver lining is right around the corner, and the light is going to shine upon this nation. Right now, it's darkness upon the earth and deep darkness upon the people on this earth because of what the PNM has done and encouraged. But soon and very soon, that is going to change. Take that in all your pipe and smoke it, PNM.
And smoke
Take
it.
that and smoke it. It is
Indeed.
going to change. It is going to change.
Indeed. And I completely endorse what Esther says. While the UNC is working, the PNM continues to complain. Play the clip, Mr. Producer.
Um, well, we understand that Mr. Ramzan Hussein want to come to block the road and thing, protest. But protest for what? Protest for improvement? No, we get an improvement because after the election, at least we get any road fix. Look at the breakdown of the road, Madding Road by Mr. Farzan house. If you go there now, it have workers working secure in the man house, and just as they finish, they would do the road edge, the breakdown on the road. Why block the work and the roadway and thing now? No, now is not time. He should have blocked it in the past administration. Why now? No, too late. So whosoever going to support you, I feel like wasting all the time I'm burning in the sun. I should one find some garden work and thing to do in the meantime. Because we getting we stuff done, we getting it done. That same breakdown with what you going to block there now. Check how long all the people, how long that breakdown fixing. Maybe 2 years now. It stopped for a little while. It stopped. Why didn't block it that time? And give back the people to finish it. The break just before the election they used that breakdown as a gimmick to let the people them see, hey, we fixing breakdown. As a thing that stop again. No, 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 Ramzan, no. Mr. Ramzan is a good Muslim man and thing. Time to do stop them thing where you doing. No, no, not at all. Good day, people. Thanks for listening and take advice because watch me. I'll tell you something. If we get in progress and people blocking the road and protesting and thing, what sense it make? No, we wouldn't get when the ministers them see people blocking and behaving bad and thing. Them I will go come in the area, them I go do nothing for we. Leave the people and let them do their work. Mr. Ramzan, no, don't get people to do that. Get your son home there, the big beard man, like he come out and help you block the road. Good.
Well, Mr. Ramzan, you hear what your partner tell you? The man have on a red cap and yellow underneath. He was red, now he's yellow because the people fixing the place, the government fixing it. What he want to come and protest
Responsive
for?
governance.
That's right. The man said it clear. What better? What better? All you want to hear. The government before wasn't doing anything. Now they're doing this government doing something. You want to come and protest? It can't have no protest now because we're working, and soon and very soon things is going. The light is going to shine. When the UNC won, people were able to breathe a sense of relief, and now the work is being done. Or you want to come and block the work? No, the work being done. Mr. Ramzan, please, I hear the man begging you, behave yourself, go and plant some garden. So by the time the road finish, you're going to have plenty food to eat. Don't study to block the road. Don't block our government from from fixing it up for you. Are you stupid? We fixing it for you and you want to block. Look what was left. And we come in to fix that. And you want to come and do that, Mr. Ramzan? Come on now, man. If you had a red inside, put on some yellow. Paint it yellow now. And know that yellow is working for you. Not the red. The red ain't working for you. Unless it is the blood of Jesus. That red ain't working for you. All right? So lighten up a bit.
I mean, everywhere you look, there's evidence of the government working. I mean, yesterday the government launched a payment company to facilitate payments to, reduce the stress on citizens and things like that in terms of paying for tickets and also the most important thing is to root out corruption. When you go to a lot of these government agencies, you have to pay in cash. Now the money is going to be going into a bank account that people are not going to have access to. So all around, if you look for the government is working part of their agenda to modernize our country and to bring us into the 21st century. I mean, kudos all around. I am very, very pleased. Really quickly, I want to say something before I forget. I want to make a point to tell my mom happy birthday. Her birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday, mom. I'm going to be taking you for dinner tomorrow night. And I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Esther on her appointment to the board of UTT alongside Dr. Selwyn Cujo. I want to wish you
Yes.
all the best. I'm sure some of you would have seen it in the newspaper. She's been very coy about it. She hasn't mentioned it, but I'm like, oh no, I'm going to say it. Right? So congratulations.
No.
Well deserved. Well deserved. And these are the type of people that we need on these boards to get things moving and working and to get the country running and to the place where we need it to be. So all the best and Godspeed, Esther.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what the truth is. I forgot about it. Listen,
Oh my God.
from day one, we start this work. Okay? It is so much work. So I appreciate, the reminder. And yes, I am happy to serve my country. And I'm not going to sit down there and not do what is necessary to make sure that things are turned around. Even there, the amount of girl, I can't talk, you understand, but it is crazy. And I want to say Happy birthday to your mom.
You
Happy
hear that for me?
birthday to your mom. A happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to your mommy.
Oh, thank
I hope she
you.
had a wonderful day tomorrow, please God, you know. I would try my best to remember and send you something lovely to send to her. But you know, when you're getting younger, you learn to appreciate every birthday that you live to see. And you know, I pray that life and the journey of life will continue to be better and better for her, not worse, as we go forward, especially since we are under the United National Congress government. I hope that she is going to
Indeed.
enjoy this life going forward. All the stresses that she had before would be no more as she continued to trust God and to live a life that is pleasing to Him and know that if her faith is kept in Him, everything is going to be all right. So, you know, that time has come. Listen, the time has, oh my God, look my picture there. Where producer get that boy? Ay, ay, ay. Yes, people, that's me with the white jacket. Ah, yeah, yeah. You see, I was feeling so proud to be a part of that team. Wonderful people. I want to congratulate every one of them and our chairman, Professor Selwyn Kojo. Very, you know, I feel so elated to be a part of that team led by him, and I'm thankful to our Prime Minister. Oh, come on! If this was the PNM, you'll never see me on a board, but I'm thankful to the Honorable Prime Minister for allowing me the opportunity to serve my country, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Visesa. Hats off, I salute you, and I'm thankful, grateful for this opportunity. So, with that said, well, we have said it, you have heard it, it's up to you now. It's up to you to believe and to work on it. Remember that you have a voice. Let it be heard. Use it to make things happen in your community and in Trinidad and Tobago. Have a wonderful night and see you on Thursday, God's willing. Goodbye. You get up, boy.